Welcome, everyone, to episode 433 of the Thumbstick Athletes Podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm well.
Corey.
Today's topic is going to be Luigi's Mansion 3. I also have to warn you that this episode will be even more fly by the seat of your pants than usual, as I have done little to no prep. We're getting ready to go on vacation tomorrow, so I've done nothing. But I've played Luigi's Mansion a fair amount. But outside of that, I haven't kept up with game news like I usually do. I played a few other things that I could talk about during what we played, but yeah, it's I don't know how this is gonna go. It's probably gonna be shortish. So
I've got something to tease.
ooh, let's hear it.
Hearthstone's new Battlegrounds mode? I think it's called Battlegrounds. Their new online mode, competitive, was added to the game. It came out of beta. I think it was in beta for a couple weeks, but I was sort of addicted to it.
Nice.
This week, so I'll talk a little bit about that. It's
Love
really
it.
cool.
Awesome. We'll probably talk more Outer Worlds, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Yeah, definitely we will be.
Okay. I'll talk a little Fortnite too. I played Minecraft Earth very briefly, so I'll talk probably just a little bit about that. I haven't gotten into it too much, so.
I would also like to briefly mention The Mandalorian. We probably won't talk much about that just because Dan hasn't seen it yet, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering, Dan, if maybe in the absence of Game of Thrones, if you're into The Mandalorian to the point that I am, we might want to consider doing that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because they're doing
Recap.
they're releasing episodes, like it's not all at once like Netflix likes to do it. So
Yeah, that's uncool of Disney Plus, in my opinion.
yeah, I prefer to have it all at once, but
Same.
we might be able to catch it while we're on vacation, because I mean it still gets dark at 5:30, so
It's only 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not.
it's not too bad.
No.
Okay. Well, let's get into the main topic. So I've been playing a fair amount of Luigi's Mansion 3, and so far I really like it. It's a series that is very well thought of, and I never played the original, and I only played a little bit of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, so I don't really have that basis to draw upon. But everyone says it's more like the original, which is more liked than Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon changed the formula a little bit in that it was mission based and everything didn't get all unlocked at once, and you couldn't. It was less exploration based and more mission based. Though this one does a little bit of that because it's in a hotel called the Last Resort Hotel. And you can only you slowly unlock floors, so you have like the entire floor to explore. But you only get one because all the ghosts have stolen all the elevator buttons, so you have to beat the bosses to get the elevator buttons to progress to different floors. So that's kind of their way of keeping everything, in a tight area without confining it to being like mission based. Which I think is a good balance, but also like as you progress and unlock more tools for Luigi, you can go back and there's stuff to find after you've unlocked the upgraded poltergust, or after you've upgraded so you got your UV light, you can go back and there's stuff to find. So it's always worth revisiting the levels. The biggest new addition for this game, though, is the Gooigi, which is a goo version of Luigi who was invented by EGAD, and it's also a way to play co-op, which I haven't done, but I would like to do. So you can control Gooigi like you would with Luigi. You just push down on the right thumbstick, and the poltergust will plop out Gooigi onto the floor, and you control Gooigi, who has a different set of characteristics and stuff. He can walk through metal bars. He can go through drains and stuff, which is useful for accessing new areas. And he also only takes I think it's 25 damage, so you gotta be careful. However, if he touches water, he immediately dissipates, so you have to be careful of even like a puddle or a drip from somewhere can get rid of Luigi. So that's kind of the newest gameplay hook in Luigi's Mansion. So I think I'm probably have put, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 hours into it. I am on to floor 7, which I believe is about halfway. I've also spent quite a bit of time revisiting areas to collect some of the gems after I've been through them, which is the kind of the hidden thing, and then also to get booze, which there seems to be a boo on every floor, which is a hidden ghost that's a little more challenging to capture. I was actually because I've been pre-recording videos for Rated G Games of Luigi's Mansion, so I've been trying to do like 3 or 4 a night and get them processed and stuff and uploaded so they can release next week. So it's a little hard to keep track of which episodes I was doing, but I usually when I play in docked mode with my console, I use this controller, which does not have rumble. But I discovered that in order to find the boos, it's easiest to have rumble because your controller will start to shake when you get close to a boo, and you can unlock him. But yeah, it's a really fun series. I don't know. See, I haven't played it, but it's quite the fun game. I really like it. I'm trying to think. So yeah, your tools. So the poltergeist is the vacuum cleaner that uses suck up the ghosts. And you have a flash. Luigi has a flashlight, and that's what he uses to like. Because when you see ghosts, they're only like semi-transparent. So you have to flash them with your flashlight to make them fully transparent, so you can vacuum them up. When you start vacuuming them, they have a health meter that you have to deplete to be able to vacuum them all the way up. And I believe a new feature in this one is being able to swing the ghosts around to damage them, so you can slam them into tables or chairs or other ghosts to do damage quicker. Which is quite fun if you get a pile of ghosts around you and you suck one up. You just whip it around and smack all the other ghosts with the ghosts. It's intensely satisfying to do that. And then he has a UV light, which is similar to the flashlight but with UV. So there'll be hidden objects placed throughout the game world that if you shine the UV light on them, they'll show up, and you'll have to vacuum up little like glowing orbs, and then it'll like bring it into the real world. There is suck and blow for the poltergeist. So not only vacuuming stuff up, but you can blow air out of it. There's a jump boost thing that you do, which I didn't think would be useful, but there was actually a boss that you needed to use that to take into effect. Obviously, there's Luigi, and then there's a plunger thing. So you shoot out a plunger that attaches to it's got to be flat, like smooth objects. Then you vacuum it up, and then you can swing them around too for more gameplay mechanics. I guess the biggest frustration for me is a little bit of the controls a little bit. So the way it works is you obviously move Luigi around with the left stick. With the right stick is where you aim like your flashlight. Which is fine, but when you're trying to like flash ghosts and stuff, it's hard to, because those are mapped to the A, B, X, Y buttons for the UV light, the flash, and the plunger. So I'm finding myself having to use my fingers to push those buttons when I'm controlling Luigi. I think you can remap the controls to different buttons, but I don't want to do that too much and get everything confused. So that's a little bit frustrating, but that's really all I have. And with my Joy-Cons, the ones that I didn't send back to get fixed drift a little bit, so Luigi kind of does his own thing when I'm playing, which is also frustrating. But yeah, I think that's really my only complaint so far. It's a really awesome game. I think it rated like 8s, 8.5s, 9s, that sort of stuff, which I think is fair. So.
I've heard nothing but good things. I'm just wondering, for somebody who's never played like myself, is this one worth getting?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, really, like, I think gameplay, what like, because you like all the puzzle stuff, and there's a lot of that. There's the puzzles, the collecting, because every level has 6 or 8 gems to find for hidden things, and then a boo. So there seems to be one boo for every floor level. There's also a wider variety of levels in this, as opposed to some of the older games. You know, your Mario game has your fire level, your ice level, but I just did one that was like a medieval level, complete with like suits of armor everywhere and swords and swinging axes, and that was really cool. And then I saw somewhere that someone's favorite level was 8. There's one that's like a museum. So you fight like a skeleton dinosaur at some point, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I think you would enjoy it, Corey. It's something different.
What is going on
I don't know.
in Will's?
Will needs to mute his mic when he's not.
Yes, he
with
does.
his hands up. But yeah, so I think it's something you would like, Corey. It's different, you know. It's a different game than you've played. So it's also intensely satisfying to vacuum up everything because you can literally vacuum up everything. Couch cushions you suck up, and as you suck them up, they burst, and you vacuum all the stuff from that up. Cardboard boxes you suck up and they burst, and then you vacuum all the stuff up. When you knock over trash cans or break trash cans, there's like wadded up papers everywhere that fly everywhere that you suck up. Money, all the money that you suck up that you use to buy your stuff to locate the booze and stuff to locate the gems. Every time I go through a new room, like I have to suck everything up. And then even a lot of times when I revisit a room after I've already sucked everything up and there's stuff to suck up again, I find myself also sucking it up again. So,
what else do you suck up?
there's been a lot of that actually. The suck and blow, because it's suck and blow, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Flashing is another thing that's in there. So there's a lot of innuendo I've seen. Why is the dog barking?
You guys remember that scene from Clueless where they play Suck and Blow?
I do. That was probably risque back in the day, in the early '90s.
Oh, I'm sure the kids have their own version of it these days.
Yeah, it's probably something quite different. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk about with Luigi's Mansion. I love it. I really think it's quite the solid game. I think everyone would like it if you like Nintendo in any way. So.
Yeah, for me. It's just one of those games. Like I am curious, especially about the puzzles. I love puzzle games, but to justify full price for something I'm only mildly interested in, like I'm more intrigued about it because it's just been this series that it's just escaped me.
Yeah.
So it's more curiosity than anything, but the curiosity isn't enough to get me to spend full price.
I understand. You can borrow mine. It'll be available. So
that is an option for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I really actually do want to play it. I just didn't want to spend the money extra on games right now.
I hear you.
So that was the only reason why I didn't get it.
I'll also say, Dan, watching your stream of it, twitch.tv/thumbstickathletes, but it looks very stylized, like more so than you normally get in a Mario game.
Oh, definitely.
Made by Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a spooky feel to it too. Nothing scary, but spooky. And yeah, you're right. It is stylized. You know, the architecture's embellished in the hotel. It's got like it's almost got like a Victorian feel to it on the floors that don't have like a theme, obviously.
Right.
Like the floor that people stay, it's almost like you said, Victorian, and it's the bathrooms are like kind of steampunk, which is cool. It's a very neat game. The cutscenes are all really well done. There's a great sense of humor, as you would expect. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, shall we get into Nibble Bits?
Sure.
Does anyone have any Nibble Bits?
I wanted to summarize what happened with all the Xbox news today, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You know what? Real quick, I will look up because it was an event that they had. It was called XO19. So I'll look up an article on XO19.
I've heard briefly about this event a while ago, but I don't know if it was on people's radars as much as the news that came out of it. Like it felt the event afterwards felt much bigger than how it felt before it, just based on some of the things that I heard.
Yeah. Okay, so this is an article, Xbox XO19, all the biggest announcements from Microsoft's event. This is on Tech Radar by Vic Hood. So it says, where are we? Biggest announcements, big updates to Project Cloud. So they're adding 50 new games to the service from 25 partners. It'll include Madden 20, NFL 20, Devil May Cry 5, and Tekken 7. xCloud will also be available on Windows 10 PCs in 2020 and will soon support additional gamepads from third-party controller manufacturers. So that's cool. I'm still waiting for my invite to Project xCloud. I have all the requirements. I've owned Xbox. I was a day one Xbox 360 owner. I had an Xbox. I have an Xbox One now. I've bought, lots of
Mhm.
Windows stuff. So I'm a little bitter that I haven't gotten invited yet. How dare they? 50 new games coming to Game Pass. Rage 2. I just read that. That's awesome. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. In the near future.
After I just bought it?
Yeah, it must
What?
be.
Oh,
What?
This is for PC Game Pass. Do you have the PC Game Pass?
No, but I would.
Oh, okay. Rage 2, Age of Empires 2 Definitive. In the near future, you'll see Darksiders 3, The Witcher 3, Final Fantasy 7 through 15, all available on Xbox Game Pass.
there it is, Will.
7 through 15.
Yeah, you know what that means.
It's time.
It's time. We can revisit our live stream of Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, I mean, and we have 1 through 6 on Steam already, so
Yep.
nothing's stopping our journey now.
Nope. Still want to do that Tactics one. I wish that was coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, I can't believe that game's not getting any love.
I
It's
know.
not-
What's
it
the
hasn't-
deal?
It's not like that. That would be an easy game to put on like the Switch, and people would buy that
I've-
up like crazy.
Everything.
I wonder if they're treating that game sort of like how Disney treats its movies in the vault, where they just protect them just so they're worth more down the road.
Yeah, maybe. It's obvious by its absence, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Mario RPG too from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just they don't do anything with it.
God, I would love to see a new Mario RPG. I think of that probably once a week. I think, man, I'd love to see a Mario RPG too.
Yeah, like come on, gold
think
mine
we'll-
of money.
I think we'll get one.
I hope so.
As our generation increasingly is put in positions of power, I think we'll see a lot more.
That's
of
true.
the
I
things we want.
never thought about that.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Rare's developing a new game called Everwild. I guess this was one of the biggest surprises from the XO19. It's the company obviously behind Sea of Thieves and Banjo-Kazooie. Don't know a ton about this one yet, but we did get a first look thanks to a trailer that debuted on stage. It's not going to help a podcast. Black Friday deals, yada yada. Grounded reveal. Xbox Game Studios and Obsidian Entertainment announced Grounded, a new first-person co-op survival game coming in spring 2020 to Xbox One through Xbox Game Preview with the Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft Store, and on Steam. Check out the trailer. Blah, blah, blah. But for me, the most interesting news and most exciting news that I saw on XO19 was that Halo Reach is coming to PC on December 3rd.
I am pumped for
I am
this.
pumped for it
Huh.
too. It's going to be on Game Pass, which is super exciting. I will be playing that as soon as I can. So excited to play Halo on PC. Halo Reach was my favorite campaign besides the first one, so I am super pumped for that. So we should try to do something for it.
Yeah, I would love to. I never played the Reach campaign.
Oh man,
I just missed
missing
it.
out.
But I loved, well, love's a strong word, but playing the Halo, which is the one that's most recent, Halo 5?
Halo 5, yeah.
Playing through the Halo 5 campaign really re-endeared me to the series. So.
Okay. I played Halo 5 for 10 minutes, and then I turned it off and deleted it. Not because I didn't like it. It's because I can't play shooters with a controller, and so
Yeah,
I'm
fair
excited.
enough.
I'm excited for when that comes to PC too, because I will definitely play through all those again.
Definitely.
Riz says not ODST. I did not. That's the one I haven't played. Well, aside from the recent ones.
ODST is fantastic.
Yeah, I've heard nothing
Absolutely
but great things about that
fantastic.
one too. So yeah, I think that's all for Nibble Bits, right? I don't.
Wait,
you guys,
well,
Will's got stuff. All right.
Well, no, but the most important part of the Xbox conference was
Okay.
Age of Empires 4 had gameplay
Really?
in a trailer.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
There was just a trailer, but it showed off a little bit of what the game's going to look like and stuff like that. It takes place in the medieval time period, I believe I've read. Let me
Okay.
see if I can confirm that real quick.
Sweet.
Uh, Yeah, so it is medieval time. It looks amazing though. Like it looks really good, and I can't wait to play it. I thought this game was going to be dead before we saw anything from it, but
Yeah, seriously.
lo and behold, because it's been like a year and a half, 2 years, I think, since we've seen anything. But no, we saw a little bit today. Check out the gameplay reveal trailer. Looks really good. Can't wait for it. Hopefully, it's out sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm pumped about that one too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sweet game.
Nice. I'm sure there was other stuff that we're not gonna cover, but as I said, it's been a busy week. So should we get into our weeks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Corey, you got anything?
I guess now would be the time to talk about The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, go for it.
So Disney Plus launched this week. A lot of people were really excited for it. I guess my initial reaction to Disney Plus is that I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
With the content that they have on there, and I don't know why I was, because like all the movies that are on there all excite me. I love all those old Disney movies. I love all the Star Wars movies.
But they're not all on there.
Well, not all of them.
That was disappointing for me. But go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of them are still on Netflix, but yeah. So I guess my overall thought about Disney Plus is that it's just, I don't know. I don't know if we'll stick to it. That said, I really freaking love The Mandalorian, the new Star Wars series that was included. That might be enough just to keep me subscribed. The setup for The Mandalorian is that it takes place right after the fall of the Empire. And the Mandalorian is a bounty hunter out on the hunt. The first episode is very slow paced, but I absolutely loved it. I've seen it twice already, and I tried to get Sophie to watch it again last night. That's how much I wanted to watch it again. And it's John Favreau's vision. I'm not sure who directed the first episode. It was not him. But I will say his vision for Star Wars is spot on, in my opinion. It plays just like a Western. Dan, when you watch it, keep that in mind as you watch it. Because some of the set pieces are just straight out of some of the best spaghetti Westerns.
Nice.
It's really awesome. And I love the character of the Mandalorian. I think there's something to be said for not seeing somebody's face.
Yeah. Well, because I said I saw somewhere that it's Pedro Pascal from Game of Thrones, Oberyn Martell. But nobody knew because like you couldn't see his face.
Yeah, and he's perfect for it.
Yeah.
His mannerisms and everything. I don't know. I am totally in love, and the twist at the end is really awesome. I can't wait for you to watch it, Dan. We talked before we started recording that maybe The Mandalorian could replace Game of Thrones for our post-podcast TV show coverage.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, we're gonna try to watch it while we're on vacation. So, especially like you said, if it's only about 40 minutes, that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Also, really loved the droid, IG-11.
Okay.
Just want to throw that out there.
Nice. All right. Anything else, Corey?
No, it's been a busy week. Nothing fun to talk about.
Yeah, I hear you. Will?
No. Same with me. It's just work. Trying to play as much games as I can. Oh, I do want to say, you know how last week I proudly announced I was only going to buy one version of this year's Pokemon?
Yep.
Guess who went back on that already?
Oh, geez, Will. What happened?
I don't know what it is. I'm a weak man. And everybody talking about Pokemon, like first of all, the backlash on the internet right now kind of bothers me. So I'm annoyed to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy 2 copies of this. So one, it's out of spite, but all my friends are playing it at midnight tonight, and a lot of them are buying 2 copies too. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to treat myself and go for it. So I did.
Nice.
And I got the Fire Emblem expansion pass too, because they added some cool stuff. I didn't care about the stuff in Wave 1 and 2, but Wave 3, which they just added, has some really cool stuff. And Wave 4 is going to have even better stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And just do it. So there's that.
Our cousin Chris got Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and he was asking me about the DLC, and I didn't know anything about it because I hadn't really touched Fire Emblem since then. So,
does he want me to send him a text about it?
Yeah,
I would just do it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should definitely talk to him about it.
They'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll text him and say, hey, I heard you're interested in the Fire Emblem expansion.
Yeah, because
Pass.
he finished Breath of the Wild, so he wanted to know like what he should play next. I guess he might be getting Octopath Traveler at some point, maybe for Christmas.
Ooh,
So he
yeah.
wanted to know what game he should buy. So I was giving him some suggestions. So
Yeah, so I will be playing Pokemon at midnight, and again tomorrow it kind of works out because I'll get to do one starter on one version, and then the starter that I really want on Shield, because Shield's gonna be my main one. So there's that. Again, just work. A lot of work going on right now. I'm a month away from being done with one of my jobs, so I'm
nice.
gaining on it. I'm excited. So
Cool.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I called our Best Buy to see if they were doing a midnight launch for Pokemon, and they are not. So
no,
that would have been really convenient because I could have just popped over there tonight instead of having to go there tomorrow. Because we're leaving it for vacation tomorrow, but I still have to drive over to Best Buy to pick up Pokemon.
are you gonna play at all on vacation? Do you think?
I'm not sure. It depends on how much my kids want to play it. So
Yeah.
they'll get first crack at it.
So kind.
My daughter's been playing my Switch so much that we're probably gonna get her a Switch either for her birthday or for Christmas. So
Yeah. Ah.
yep. So we'll have 3 Switches in the household. And it's only a matter of time, but it'll be 4 and 5 Switches in the household.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna
'Cause
have their own Switch.
My twins are not going to share a Switch, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's amazing. Actually, everyone will have their own personal Switch. It is the console of the generation, in my opinion. So
Yeah, they did the right things, I think, with it, and I'm glad they released the Switch Lite because that's probably what everybody will end up getting.
yeah. I have a lot of Pokemon thoughts, but I'm gonna save that for next week. Just some interesting rumors I've been reading online about the development of the game, but I'll
Yeah.
save that for next week.
Yeah, well, we won't have an official episode next week. I should say that now too.
Oh yeah.
Corey and Will are going to be streaming something, and possibly Eric Thursday night. So there will still be content for you Thursday night on twitchtv.thumbstickathletes, but we won't have an actual episode. I had fully planned on doing the second half of the year games recap, but I feel like it's a little too early. First of all, and I also just didn't get the chance to do it. So.
We got this. We're gonna stream. We're thinking Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Okay.
Is kind of what we're leaning towards right now. So I'm kind of pumped to play that because I'm pretty sure they added all of the DLC from when they started redoing content for Age of Empires 2 on top of a couple more civs with better graphics and more quality of life enhancements and better online and all that. So really excited to play that. I got it for 15 because I got a coupon on Steam. So
Nice.
to save a little money on it. So yeah, I think that's what we'll be doing.
How's your computer, Will? Does it run a lot better?
Oh, so much better. It's nice when I click a link now, it doesn't bring me to some random web page.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna download music at all on this. It's just gonna be pretty much internet browsing and games.
Yeah. So. I was gonna tell you too because we should say I upgraded Will's computer with 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of just 8, and I completely wiped the hard drive, so it's a fresh install of Windows. Your computer has a generation newer processor than mine, so you're probably good for gaming in 1080p for another little while.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't worry. I know you had mentioned wanting to get a new computer, but I really wouldn't necessarily worry about it for now.
I'm actually kind of cooled off on that because I did decide that I'm going to do a car lease instead. So I'm going to probably do that and just not worry about how everything works how I want it to work when I move to Connecticut is I will make enough money that I'll be able to do all of that and save money. And I think one of the purchases eventually will be a computer because I'm going to be living with people who have really sweet PCs. So I know it's inevitable before I get the urge to upgrade, even though I don't need it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try and save a lot for a bit there, and then probably do it next year.
Gotcha.
So
sounds good. All right. Anything else, Will?
No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about really either. I've just been we've been getting ready for the trip. There's a lot of junk to do. So it's been a busy week. I've also been, like I said, trying to stockpile Luigi's Mansion 3 videos to release next week when I'm not home on Rated G Games. So I don't really have anything to talk about other than that. So let's get into what we played. Corey, you want to talk about what you played?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I should look that up because I'm probably not saying it right. I think it's called Battlegrounds. And also try to convince you guys to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's my lifelong mission to make Hearthstone fans out of all of you guys. But so my biggest gripe with Hearthstone is that the ladder is no fun. It's no fun to make one deck and just beat it up against a wall and tweak it very slightly after every match and win like 55% of your matches. That's not fun to me. The fun in Hearthstone for me is the randomness, and I think Battlegrounds does a really good job of evening the playing field with just enough randomness to keep it fun, but also it's still a little bit skill based. And the way it works is you're actively playing against 7 other people. So it's a free for all, and you can see on the left like everybody that you're battling against, they're in their current health, and it'll show you who you're battling against next, and your health is persistent. So if one guy knocks down 20 of your health, then the next guy only has to take 10 of it, or however much health you have. It's persistent across all the battles. And after every battle, you get to choose. You get a certain amount of coins based on the mana level you would be if you were playing a normal match. So as the match goes on, you have more coins, and you use those coins in between every match to buy new cards from a random set that appears. So you're building your deck as you go, and you're also given a really fun hero power that does cool things. The one I played last night allowed me to discover a secret, and then I got to choose the secret that would be in play against my next opponent. That's pretty much the gist of it. The fun for me comes with figuring out as you go what kind of synergies you can create. This early, I think they're pretty careful with the random cards that show up, the selection that you get, but it's all about building synergies with Murlocs, or using Divine Shield to your advantage in a way that really amps up your minions. Using beast synergies, stuff like that. That's where I think your experience with the game comes in handy. You're a little bit more familiar with how those cards interact with each other. But it's also the type of thing where if you just play it a couple times, you'll get a pretty good idea of what cards available in Battlegrounds work really well with each other. So I do think it's accessible for new people. You don't need to have a wealth of Hearthstone knowledge to jump in and try it out. And it's also for a competitive game mode, there's no entry fee like there is for the arena. You can just play it. So it's a good way to cruise through your quests to get those coins, so you can buy more packs or do the arena mode, which has pretty much been my MO with Hearthstone as of late, is just playing arena mode and doing the Tavern Brawl every week to get that free pack. And with the arena mode, you have a little bit more level of a playing field where you're not really digging into the minutia with the meta and figuring out which three deck options. I'm not sure how many decks dominate the meta nowadays, but back when I played, it was 2 or 3 different decks with minor alterations to each, and that just was not fun.
Yeah.
So
that's what I didn't like about it. The way you're talking about it, Corey, that sounds a lot more interesting and something I would enjoy more than the standard game.
And I think Dan, you actually went back and tried the dungeon run stuff once that was added, right? Did you ever end up doing that?
I don't know. I reinstalled it after a while, and I feel like I played it for a few minutes and then but I'll give it a go.
Yeah. I also, the solo adventures, that's what I'm referring to when I say the dungeon runs.
I don't think I tried that.
They're awesome. They're so much fun. And you can try at least the first one for free. It's paid content usually, but when you pay, you get cards and everything out of it. So it's really not that bad. But definitely, if you guys are thinking about it, give it a try. Try the dungeon runs. They're a blast. And definitely try Battlegrounds.
Okay. Sounds good.
I do want to play, Corey. It's I don't know what it is about me. I never have a game that I continue playing regularly. You know what I mean? Like how everyone plays like Destiny every day, or like Hearthstone, or like those type of games. Or WoW. I've never been one to do that with a game, and I don't know why. And that's what's held me back from Hearthstone.
Well, I know why I actually actively try not to do that. Try not to
Yeah.
play the same games over and over again. And that's why I don't have Hearthstone on my phone. For that reason, just because it's so easy to lose 3 hours just randomly because you started playing Hearthstone and lost track of time. But
That's smart, yeah.
for me, it's just you don't necessarily get anything new out of the experience, which is why I try not to continually play the same games. But I don't know. Sometimes you just it's the same reason why I watch The Office. Sometimes you're just in the mood for something familiar and no surprises, something easy to absorb.
I've played Fortnite pretty much every day since Chapter 2 launched. There might be a day here and there where I didn't play, but
you're wasting away.
Well, I play with my kids too, or my son.
Yeah,
my daughter wants to play, so it's only a matter of time before she starts playing too.
Yeah.
Corey, would you believe a year ago that Dan would be saying that I've played Fortnite every day?
No.
No, he's right.
So you're telling me if we have an award this year for most shocking podcast development, that would be it?
Sounds like a nice new category to come up with, but
that's actually a really good category.
Someone write it down because we will forget.
Okay.
Because we will absolutely forget. Most shocking podcast development of 2019.
Say it again one more time, Dan, and you won't forget, I promise.
Most shocking podcast development of 2019. That's a great idea for a new award. Anyway,
if you want to use
it.
Yeah.
If you want to use the trick that people with photographic memories use, you need to represent what you just said in an object and place it in a space.
I used to do that.
Hypothetically. It's hypothetical, isn't the right word.
I used to wear
that too.
I used to wear a rubber band around my wrist, and whenever I needed to remember something, I would snap it. And then randomly, whenever I would snap the wristband, it would make me it would trigger whatever I needed to remember.
Ah, it's smart.
Oh,
yeah.
That is smart.
Yep. So, all right. So that's Hearthstone. Corey, you want to talk a little Outer Worlds?
I would love to talk a little Outer Worlds. I've been cranking away on that game.
Uh-huh.
I texted you guys just to let you know because I realized I came off a little negative about the game on the podcast, and I tried to say a couple times like this is just the strongest opinion I have about the game. My overall opinion of the game is that it's still very good, but so playing recently, I did the stuff on Monarch, which I'm not going to spoil because I know the game is still relatively new, and you guys I don't think have gotten that far yet. But
so I've also done the stuff on Monarch.
Yeah, so some of my favorite moments happened on Monarch, and the one I'll point to, and this is also, it's the same criticism I had for Mass Effect Andromeda. When you're traveling to a new, in this case, star system, but in Mass Effect Andromeda's case, a whole new galaxy, you expect things to be pretty weird, right?
Uh-huh.
But in Mass Effect Andromeda's case, other than maybe the vaults, a lot of it felt really familiar, which you go to a whole new galaxy, right? And we're not even talking the Milky Way. It's a whole new galaxy. You expect there to be a lot more weirdness, and there wasn't really hardly any weirdness. That said, one thing I really liked about Outer Worlds is the way there's this one moment where I was on Monarch, and if you're not familiar with the layout of Monarch, it's a moon of a gas giant. And one of my favorite moments in the game so far was I was just shooting the shit with another character, and he was explaining to me the science behind the weather that they have on Monarch. And I don't know, like that part of outer space really fascinates me. Like, why are things the way they are on certain planets and certain moons? And he just explained the whole situation of what was going on with a lot of what's the word? Technobabble.
Corey.
That actually. What?
I hate to interrupt you here, but you have to play the Outer Wilds because it's a game built around that.
I did play the Outer Wilds. Did I not talk about it?
I don't think so.
No, you never did.
I did play the Outer Wilds.
What
did you like it?
It didn't click with me. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
If you want to.
No, my point was pretty much made. It was just that was one of my favorite parts of the game because it made me feel like I was actually, exploring a foreign world
Right.
of wonder.
Right.
Which is just it's not something these space games do a very good job of, and
Sure.
it just had me hooked. And Monarch is also the biggest area, I believe. Will, you would agree with that, right?
Yeah, so far I've kind of been taking note. So like when you leave one of the settlements that you're in, like I kind of take note of how far the distances are between for quests, and I had a couple that was like 1,000 like
Yeah.
meters away,
Okay.
and I was like, holy crap, okay. So like before it was like 300,
Yeah.
400. So
Right.
yeah, no, you're right, it is bigger.
Yeah, so some of the story bits are more connected than I felt, and I think part of that is because that area is so big, so there's a lot of different things going on, and they all kind of tie into each other.
Yeah,
Um,
you run into more factions.
right. So my point to you guys was that I felt like the Monarch stuff really showcased what that game does well, and it is the storytelling. I think the Monarch stuff was tops. So
Some of the like interactions I was having with some of the characters, like one guy in particular, the MSI guy, Corey,
hmm
the head, and like him talking with his assistant, like interacting with you, like some of that was so funny and like well
yeah,
done. It was just
yeah,
like it made me like I liked the game before, but it made me like it a lot more just because like how like
yep. You're talking
I
about
just
Celia and the other guy, right?
since I can't think of his name. He's like the Indian dude who leads
Yeah,
that faction. Yeah.
yeah.
It was just like they were just I don't know. I loved it and had so much fun like interacting with them and like doing those like even though like all the quests are like fetch quests for the most part, but like I enjoyed doing it because like it felt like I was actually helping a faction a little bit.
hmm
So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I do have a
Another.
question for you off air because I can't ask it on air.
Okay. Yeah. Text it to me.
Okay.
Um, Another thing I acknowledged playing since last week was that I like how you can be friendly with a faction or favored with a faction, but also feared.
Yep.
I thought that was a pretty cool way to handle it. It's
Mhm.
not like it's not you're bad or you're good. It's you can be favored but still feared.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
how
that's
those are
cool.
two separate scales that they rank you on.
Yeah, instead of them fearing you and them attacking you, you can also be liked enough too that it's okay,
Yeah.
which is a cool thing. They're that shade of gray.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Um.
just did all the Roseway stuff. I just finished all that up.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's where I am.
What happens on Roseway?
That's where
I don't remember.
the tech lab gets overrun by bandits because they're trying to steal the technology.
Hmm. I must have done that, but I
Maybe
don't have
not.
any recollection of it.
You don't have to do stuff in order necessarily, so you might not have done that.
Well, if I had a quest for it, I went there. But
You
as
did.
of right, oh, I did.
Yeah, for Gladys, I think Gladys is
Oh,
her name.
okay.
She
Yeah.
sends you there to recover stuff to pay for a pass for something.
Oh, okay. I definitely did it then. As of right now, all I have are Byzantium quests, so I think I'm winding down,
Okay,
but I'm not sure.
nice. All right. Any other thoughts?
Great game.
Yeah, pretty good game.
Yeah, I didn't play that too much this week, but probably another 4 or 5 hours. And yeah, I just love going back to that game. It's good stuff.
Hmm.
Okay. Did you play anything else, Corey?
Nah.
Okay. Will, anything?
Been playing a lot of COD when I have the time. That's like my go-to short time limit game. I just need to play a little bit. So I've been doing that. Like if I'm close to going to bed, like maybe I'll do a game or two and then go to bed. Um, I love the new Call of Duty. I really do. Like it honestly could be in my top 5 for game of the year. It's not obviously going to be top 3, but it could
Uh-huh.
sneak into a 5 spot for
Okay.
me.
Very nice. Anything you want to report about it?
I'm so good at it.
Nice.
No, nothing much. Like I'm only like level 22 or 3 or something like that, so I'm not like as far as everybody else. I think they changed how they did the leveling system now. Instead of like hitting max level and prestiging, I think you just keep going up in levels. And that's how it works.
Oh, cool.
Which is cool. That's different. I kind of like that. So, because nothing was worse than when you would prestige and lose everything and have to redo it.
Yeah. stinks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got a couple things. So I played Minecraft Earth. So Minecraft Earth is the mobile game Minecraft. If you've played Pokemon Go or if you've played Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, it's in that vein. So, when you call up the game, it'll look familiar. You'll see your streets. You have your little Minecraft Steve or whatever walking around on the map. But there's little blocks there's things on the map that you tap on. And then you tap on it again, so it'll be like a clump of rocks, or it'll be a tree or an animal, and you'll tap on it. It'll come into your inventory for resources and stuff. It'll be different things. I'm not that familiar with Minecraft, so I don't know what a lot of this stuff does, what it is. But it's if you tap on a tree, you'll get a couple of wood and like a mushroom. If you tap on rocks, you'll get you get some gravel or a granite block. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with all that yet, but the cool part about the game is the augmented reality parts of it. So you have things that you can build that are like 8x8 augmented reality things. So I didn't actually place one yet, but I've watched a little bit of it done. So yeah, you'll place it in the world, and you with your phone you move it around to be able to see there and build stuff on it. So it seems like it's going to be neat. I'm not far enough in it to where I can do a lot of stuff yet, but I'll definitely keep occasionally firing it up and seeing what's going on.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a neat idea. It'll be interesting to see what people do with it, especially if you get a bunch of people together. Obviously Minecraft, there's a lot of creativity involved there, so people can do some pretty cool things. And then other than that, I've just played a decent amount of Fortnite. I still play as much as I can with my son. He was actually disappointed we couldn't play tonight, but we, by the time everything was settled down and we got them late to bed, it was time to start podcast.
Sure.
I also played a little bit more with Eric and his friend Vito, which is always fun. I actually went through. I kind of hit a little bit of a wall with Fortnite. I was starting to get smacked down pretty hard for a while there, and I lost a little bit of confidence, which affected my play. But I kind of recovered it a little bit, and my last couple games, I was back to being somewhat effective. It's also a lot of fun to play with my son because there'll be times when he'll just stand there and get himself killed, but then there'll be times where like I get knocked and he'll light up whoever knocked me. I'm just like, what, where did that come from? Like,
get used to it, Dan.
Exactly. Like he can be really good when he wants to. So
yeah.
And he's playing on the Switch too, which is, it's graphically is not great. It's it's 30 frames. I don't know what it plays on Xbox or PS4, but because I always had, he plays right next to me, so he plays on my monitor over here. So I, kind of watch what he's doing in addition to what I'm doing. So, but it's a lot of fun to play Fortnite with your kid.
I bet.
So there would be plenty more of that, and I'm going to keep playing it because I don't want to get behind on the, I want to keep my skills kind of sharp and hopefully improve. I've got to work on the building aspect. I'm still way behind in that, but I've got pretty good aim when I want to. So
I never build. I'm just not fast enough. I don't know, so I don't even bother.
It's too confusing for my slow brain to do it.
Yeah.
You just have to train your muscle memory to do it.
Right.
Yeah, because it is like unlike anything we've done in a game before.
Yeah, exactly. It's I still, when I get shot at, like I run to find a hiding spot. Whereas the good players, when they get shot at, they put up a wall in like half a second. That's what they do. It's crazy. But yeah, it's still a blast, and you could still be effective even if you don't build. So
can you set up macros in Fortnite?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe so.
That would be cheating.
I think so. I think that would be cheating. Riz says if I get 10-1 death to kill ratio in Fortnite, I'm ecstatic. I'll usually, on the average match, I'll say I get like 5 kills on a solo match. So
dang.
It's the aim. Like if I get someone in mid range and I have an assault rifle, they're going down. I'm not good with the sniper rifle. I'm decent with the burst assault, or I'm also really good at sneaking. So I'm good with sneaking up on someone and blasting them with a tactical shotgun or the pump shotgun. So, because people don't play like that, so they're not expecting you to sneak up on them.
Right.
Which is great. And that's all I have. I don't think I played anything else. So, let's get into feedback. Last time I checked, we had one piece of feedback.
All right.
From Taterade. Oh, we got Tate and Jake sent in.
All
feedback.
right.
So, Tate says, "Sup, fellas. First off, I will take the legendary Thoth, which I will do my best to play and get a full review of it for you guys just for the hell of it. Other than that, I've been playing through Life is Strange again, and have been enjoying it. My wife is actually playing it with me too, while watching and following along with the story anyways. I didn't think she was paying any attention because she was supposed to be doing homework, but when, spoiler alert, Chloe got shot by Nathan Prescott in the bathroom, I heard a loud gasp from the back of the room. Turns out she was watching the whole time at the beginning and was super into it. So we were playing through that together right now. I've also been playing Stardew Valley again, and I picked up where I left off early last year, and I'm in summer of year 3. It's such a fun and relaxing game that doesn't stress me out even slightly, so it's a nice back and forth between Life is Strange and Stardew Valley. Really excited for Black Friday because I will be getting an Xbox One X. My OG Xbox One is 5 years old now and is really showing its age with performance and other little things happening with it. My wife and I bought a 4K TV not too long ago, and I'm eager to get an Xbox One X hooked up to it. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well. Have a great week, gents. Taterade out." So, Tay, I will definitely send you Thoth. I will do that as soon as we finish up the episode. And Life is Strange, good stuff. I would very much like to revisit that.
Yeah, it's bringing back good memories right now.
Definitely. And Parvati, right, is Chloe, right?
Yep. The character who plays Parvati
Really?
in Outer Worlds is
Every
Chloe.
every time she talks in Outer Worlds, I'm like, I just want to listen to you talk all day. I don't know. There's something about her voice.
It's Ashley Birch. She's one of my favorite voice actors. She's in a lot of games, but she's also in, when I played Horizon Zero Dawn, it's the same voice actor. And
it's like therapeutic. I don't know.
For me, it threw me off because I had just played Life is Strange recently.
The voice actor for Chloe is also the voice actor for Aloy and Pavarti.
Yeah.
Original Chloe.
Yeah, original Chloe.
No way. That's crazy. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. I mean, she's like the Troy Baker of the female voice actors. So she's in a million games. She's really good too. Yeah.
I do love hearing Aloy and Pavarti talk too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, you're right, Corey. Though I'm the same way. I'll just talk to Pavarti just to hear Ashley Birch's voice. It's great.
I wonder if she does audiobooks.
I don't know.
I wouldn't even care what it was about. I would buy it.
Yeah, that's a good question. She does a lot of voice stuff, so it's quite possible that she's done some of that. Because I looked up like all the games she had done on her IMDb page. It's a lot, and then even like she does like I want to say League of Legends, but I don't know if that was it. Like one of those characters she did a voice for. Maybe Paladins. It was one of the MOBAs, and then a few other games where she had like minor roles as like side characters. But so that was from Tate. Also, of course, whoops, my thing went away. Stardew Valley. We're still gonna do the Star 2 Valley Tuesdays, right, Corey?
Stardew Tuesdays.
I figured we might be able to start that because Eric wants to do Fortnite Fridays too, which I would be happy to do, but it wouldn't be until December at this point.
I had it. Yeah, I'm on board with both of those. I had an idea though. Not that I think we need to stream every night of the week, but I think it would be fun to have something in place for those that were able to stream.
Yeah. Like
Stardew Tuesdays, Fortnite Friday.
Yeah, I mean everyone wouldn't be able to join every week, but if one person could do it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Could also get some input from the listeners, like what games do you want to see and what day of the week does it rhyme with?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because when we were recording on Wednesdays, we never had anyone in the chat, and once we switched back to Thursdays, We've had people in the chat. So a Wednesday's not a good night. So we should probably plan on not having anything on Wednesdays.
Day off Wednesday.
Yeah. So yeah, that was from Tay. Also awesome that you're getting a new Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Oh, his point about his, did he say girlfriend?
His wife.
Wife.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny because my fiance is very much like that. Like, as far as I can tell, she's just staring at her phone, but then we'll be watching a movie. I'll be staring at the movie, like fully engaged, listening to everything they're saying, and I still can't comprehend what's going on. And I'll just ask her, and she'll be like, "Oh, this character is doing this to this character, and that character doesn't like it because this is going on." And I'm just like, how do you process like those things like that?
Half paying attention too.
Yeah.
What is it about us? Because I'm the same way. Like, I can pay as close attention as I can like possibly pay, and I'll just like it'll just go over my head, and I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, see, I'm not the same way. I actually figure out plots and stuff pretty well. The first time I watch, everyone's like, "You're gonna be so confused." The first time you watch Game of Thrones, and I was not confused in the slightest.
You were fine.
I was very confused.
Yeah. No, I was even the first time.
It probably wasn't around the time until Dan started watching that I like fully started to grasp the goings on of the world of Game of Thrones. But Will, your point about like what is wrong with us, I'm on a INTP subreddit, which is my personality type.
Yeah.
And somebody posted something the other day that I thought was perfect, and it was about how most of the time like we're looking at people, but we're not paying any attention because we're too focused on if we're maintaining the right level of eye contact.
I do that all the time.
I thought that was perfect. I'm like,
hilarious.
yeah, that's pretty spot on.
How'd you figure out your personality type?
Through work, we work with this I don't know what you'd call it, but like workplace engagement organization that really focuses on workplace culture and stuff. We do work for them, so in trade they provide their services to us. And one of the things we did was like a professional Myers-Briggs personality test.
Mm.
And I think I sent you guys some of the literature about my personality type, and you seemed to agree that it was accurate for me.
Yeah, I took one of those a long time ago. It was like 160 questions or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was I'm obviously introverted, but I don't remember what the letters were after that. I'll have to revisit that at some point because it's interesting.
I could see you being an INTJ.
Yeah, I don't remember. That might have been it. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, because a couple of my coworkers are INTJs, and I would say you're very similar to them.
Okay. Nice. I'll have to check
nice. Yeah.
Check it out. So that was Tate. The next is from Idaho Jake, who says, "Hey guys, still playing Outer Worlds and loving it. I just pre-ordered Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, so I'll be able to give you my impressions next podcast. I just hope I didn't waste $60."
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out after the game comes out when the reviews finally come out, which is tomorrow. I don't like that. I at least give people a few hours of reviews before the game drops.
Speaking of that, Fallen Order reviews dropped at 9.
I thought they didn't drop until after the game launched, or did it launch?
It my buddy picked his up at 9 from Best Buy.
What? I thought it was supposed to come out tomorrow. I know some people in Europe have gotten their copies.
There are no reviews.
Riz is INTJ. So there you go.
Oh, 9 p.m. Pacific.
9 p.m. Pacific. Oh yeah, so
reviews
midnight.
will drop.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just watching a Fallen Order walkthrough before y'all went. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this game because I feel like it's going to be average.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 7. I think the combat's going to be fun. I actually read something that it's got the most vanilla characters out of any Star Wars game. So I don't know how.
That's what we like to hear.
Sucks.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know what I just read. I don't know if I saw it on Instagram or Twitter, but it might have just been someone, talking out of their
The
butt.
opposite of what you want to hear about Star Wars.
Well, I don't know if that's that. If there's any accuracy to that, if they had played the game, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I hope it does well because like I Star Wars needs to have a good game again.
Absolutely.
Seems like the combat's going to be good, but other than that, I don't really know. All right, so that is that. We can move this over here. Game giveaway time.
Oh,
yeah.
that's my cue. Random number.
Riz says, "Shut the lights off. Every 7 becomes an 8 or a 9." Nice.
This game is well lit.
The winner is numero uno.
Taterade.
Yep, that's Tate again. So Tate. Okay.
Hopefully you get another Thoth in there.
Thoth will be off the list after today. Okay.
Or will it be blank?
It'll be blank, yeah.
There will be blank forever. All right. 110.
110 is Amnesia, a machine for pigs.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah. Oops. Okay, game number 2.
72.
72 is gone. Hopefully we don't have too many of those.
20.
20. Gone. You know what we should start doing? Every time we get a blank, we'll just go to the next game higher on the list. How's that sound? Instead of re-rolling every time. Does that sound fair?
I prefer re-rolling.
All right. Re-rolling works.
123.
It's good. Well, the thing, Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams. I keep saying I'm going to put this together. Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams. I'm going to condense this, but we all know that's not going to happen.
I don't understand why you can't just remove the blanks.
Because it doesn't. I don't think it just removes the number, so it's blank, but the numbers are still.
Oh, so whenever you copy pasted it from.
I didn't copy paste it. I rewrote everything.
What? Are you crazy? Oh, I see. You didn't use like a formatted list.
No, it's just Evernote, and I typed everything in.
Send it to me. I'll drop it in Excel.
All right.
And it'll just fit into rows, and then I'll put a number next to them.
Yeah, but then I have to change it.
Change what?
Well, when a game goes, what do I just delete the game and it'll pop? It'll like reorganize.
Yeah, just delete the row.
All right. That's something I'm gonna have to play with before we do the episode. But anyway, go ahead, Will. Third roll.
78.
Because I'm gonna screw it up. 78 is blank.
77.
77 is not blank.
77
77 is Punch Club.
Okay.
Okay, so that was game number 3. Game number 4.
15.
15 is blank. Look at that.
Wow. Well, I think Will's trolling you, Dan.
Will's got the list up and he's picking numbers that are blank.
43.
43. Total War Warhammer. It's actually a decent list of games.
Are we one more? Is that
One more? Yeah,
right?
one more.
Okay. 149.
149. It's blank. Jake says, "I think the longest segment is the game giveaway now." You are not.
That's a deep cut, Jake.
You're not far from the truth.
6.
6. The truth hurts sometimes. 6 is the Banner Saga. So this is a good list of games. So Tate, your choices are Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams, Punch Club, Total War Warhammer, and the Banner Saga.
Nice.
So let's know what you want. I will send you Thoth. Next week there will not be an episode. Corey and Will and possibly Eric will be streaming on Thursday night, so you can still join us or join them at twitch.tv/thumbstickathletes. I'm sure I will pop in at some point to watch your guys stream. So I'll hang out in the chat for a little while.
Yeah, the boss is going out of town, so the kids are gonna have some fun next Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Should be fun though. And then we will be back. So the week of Thanksgiving is when we'll have our Pokemon episode. I'm not sure which day we're going to record that week. I'll try to keep everyone posted. It doesn't matter to me, Will, so whatever day works for you is fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good whenever. Probably Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Thursday's Thanksgiving.
No, because Wednesday is one of the busiest days at Dose, so I'll be there. Friday?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Friday's probably good. That'll give us a little more time to play.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to play on vacation.
Friday the 29th?
Yeah.
Let me tell you real quick.
I might be able to join if you do it Friday the 29th.
Okay. Yeah,
but not that I will have played the game.
Yeah, so I don't work the 29th.
Okay, so Friday the 29th will be our Pokemon Sword and Shield episode.
Yar.
And then we'll go from there. So that's everything, right?
Sure is.
Okay.
Sure.
That'll do it for episode 433 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
Will.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.